Okay. Good evening. I will not hold you any longer except read this simple message from the President. Good evening. I bring greetings from the National Executive Committee to Thane Regional Chapter. And a message, as I read out, is from the President. So anyone, if he addresses by their first name, please excuse me. This is his message. Dear members of IID Thane Regional Chapter, respected colleagues and dear friends, a very warm greeting to all of you. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations and appreciation to Chairperson Manjusha, Sangeeta, Mahesh, and the entire Thane Managing Committee for putting together this wonderful initiative. Your efforts in creating such meaningful platforms for engagement truly strengthen the spirit and vision of IID. While I deeply regret my inability to be present with you this evening due to prior commitments, I am ably represented by our National Joint Honorary Secretary, Mehul Kamdar, who joins you on my behalf. It is indeed a pleasure to know that my dear friend, Architect Reza Kabul, is addressing you today. Reza, your journey, leadership, and contribution to the architectural and design fraternity continue to inspire many across the country. Thank you for being a valued part of IID and for sharing your insights with our members. To all our members, especially the young designers present today, continue to learn, engage, and contribute. The future of our profession lies in your passion and commitment. I wish the event great success and hope it leaves everyone enriched and inspired. Warm regards, Architect Jignesh Modi, National President, IID. Thank you all very much. I will not hold you further.
Thank you, Mehul sir. And now, the moment that we all have been eagerly waiting for, the keynote address by our renowned architect Reza Kabul. Without wasting much time ahead and to do the honors of introducing our esteemed chief guest for the evening, I would like to invite Architect Keshav Chirkodi, conveyor of this beautifully curated evening, to kindly come up on stage.
Good evening, everyone. I am indeed honored to introduce a legendary architect, Reza Kabul sir, to IIID Thane, and we are all eager to really learn from and hear him this evening. What can I say? When I was reading his biography, I was really touched and inspired that starting in his father's Iranian cafe to a legendary architect having 4 offices in Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Pune, and one in San Francisco Bay Area. Just imagine how he is able to manage all this. And that's what we are all here to learn about. We all know what kind of great designs he is doing, and all high-rises buildings, all the national, international accolades that he has earned. But at the same time, at the core of this evening session, what we all want to know from him is, how does he able to balance all this? I mean, you are traveling he's coming here right from the airport, if I'm not wrong. Oh, you're going. So just imagine how we are able to manage our own practices right here, traveling, say, Thane, Mumbai, Tomili, Kalyan area, and here he is traveling from Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Pune, and San Francisco, and able to deliver one of the greatest projects globally. So without taking any further time, please join your hands together to welcome Architect Reza Kabul. Thank you very much.
Firstly, thank you, IIID. I know you've been following me for some time, to come and join you and do a presentation. Thank you, Manjusha, and the rest of the team who've been chasing me. Our dear friend here also. So it was not because I didn't want to come, but I come to Thane often. We are doing works in Thane. But the time was the constraint. But anyway, I'm happy at least I made it today. And I hope my presentation does give you some knowledge. Yeah. So as they said, I started my practice in my dad's restaurant. I was, we came from nothing. I didn't have anything. I didn't know anything about architecture. I joined architecture by default, maybe. It was, I happened to go to, because in our times and your times also, most of you, your parents must have said, become an engineer or a doctor or don't become anything. Or the last thing was a dentist, beyond that, nothing. So I went to Baroda to appear for an entrance exam, and when I went there, I stayed with some friends, and there I saw them doing, beautiful architectural drawings and colorful drawings, and also I didn't know what architecture was. I asked them, what is this? So they said, this is architecture. So I said, what do you mean architecture means? What does an architect do? So he said, architects do buildings. So I said, what does a civil engineer do? And he said, civil engineer, when we design, they put the structure together. And so that's how I came to know. First interaction with architecture was that. And I said, this is what I want to do. I don't like maths. I don't like physics. So I want to get into architecture then. So I appeared for the test, and I got into architecture. I came back home, and I told my mother that I've got into architecture. She said, what? Architecture? You want to sit on Churchgate Station and you want to do sketches and get 10 rupees for a sketch? So that was the perception that was there of an architect. We never knew what architecture was, but God has been kind, and of course, a lot of things have gone into being an architect, and thanks to friends and family, and of course God, for what I am today. So I'm going to just present something that's invisible discipline behind great architecture. So what the world actually thinks or remembers is, they just see the building and they remember the building, but they don't know what goes behind the building or what goes behind the work of an architecture, what goes behind the work of an architect, and how much we have to put in to actually do something and do the projects. And so what I would say is, what is the scope of an architect, first of all? So I just put down a few things, what an architect does. I mean, we are all aware, but then, we have got into the race and we forget what we have to do. We are doing it, but without even realizing that we are doing it. So I just said, let's put down what all we do. Like we do tenders, competitions, detailing, planning, so many things we manage as architects, and not realizing, what we are doing. But it's, once you get into it, you start doing it and you don't realize, but you're doing it. So what people actually see, they see the high-rise, they see the iconic buildings, they see, the facades, they see the position, the luxury buildings and everything, but they don't know what goes behind the building. What happens? How do you actually take it forward? What are the timelines? What is the effort? So many nights we spend. I'll just give you an anecdote, a story about myself. When I started working, I started my career, and I started working with Mr. Hafiz Contractor. And at that time, we were only 7 people in that office in 1985. And what used to happen is, he was also beginning, and we were eager, we were young. We used to work throughout the night. And my parents, when I started working, my mother and my father used to think, this guy is doing something wrong. He doesn't come home nights. He's sleeping at the office, he says, but where he is, we don't know. So one night he landed, my mom and dad, they were at Regal, and they came from there to the office, and they saw everybody actually in the office, and they were shocked. Because as architects, we sleep less, we work more, and even when we are sleeping, we are working. So I say that, means, because you live architecture, you eat architecture, you sleep architecture. And so that was my first this thing. And my mom asked my Hafiz that, Hafiz, tum khata kya hai? Tumko neend nahi aata hai? Tum bachcho ko sone nahi deta hai? So that was the this thing. But this is what architecture is about. You know, we live, breathe, sleep architecture. So what is the, I just put down few things like what is myths and what is reality. People think architects only design how buildings look. But reality is that we balance design, function, cost, regulations, and execution. Comfort-driven staying office in the office indoors, you know, in air conditioning. But it's not that way. We are all the time, we are on the site. We have to be on the site because it's not only about the drawing board. It's even after the drawing board, you have to get things implemented. You have to see how things are working. And creativity is the most important skill. That's what people think. But discipline, decision-making, and consistency matters just as much. Because you actually do something, you create something, but then it has to be implemented. You don't do it for the drawing board. You have to do it for the site. It has to be completed. It has to be delivered on time. It has to be executed. And within the cost and the time framework, that is very important. Mental health isn't affected as it is simple design job. But high pressure, timelines, and there are a lot of impact, you know, of keeping yourself well-being as well. So there are 5 successful key points of an architect beyond designing. One is coordinating skills, seamless managing clients, consultants and executions. So these are the 5 points what I put down, what I think they are important and what we do. Then physical fitness, sustaining energy, stamina, and on-site performance. So as architects, we have to be in office as a boss, as the team member, as this thing. At home, again, you've got to be in a different role. And on site, you have got to be a different role. You have to play so many roles and so many caps you have to wear to do the project. And then you have to be mentally strong and focused and so many things. So time management, strong, will, optimism, and perseverance. So philosophies that sustained my 38 years of journey. So it's 38 years. I finished in 21st of March on Nowruz Day. I started in 1988. I finished 38 years. So never stop learning. So till today, I'm learning, and we all learn. And if we keep on learning, I think that's the best thing. You can innovate, you can learn. So, I mean, most of us must have come from the drawing board. At least I came from the drawing board, and we never knew computers. And we started learning, because if we didn't learn computers, there are so many people who stayed back and didn't learn computers, and they got into problems. They got outdated. So we learned computers, then AutoCAD came in, then BIM came in, and now we've got, I don't know, Rhino and Grasshopper and all the possible animals in the computer. And still, they are coming more and more, and we are trying to cope up with it. And I think that's very important for growth. You have to learn something new. You have to keep on innovating. You have to keep on learning. So the 3 C's I strongly follow. One is coordination. The other is consistency and clarity. I'm very much hands-on when it comes to each project. It's not that, you just take a project and you just give it to the team and that's the end of it. You can ask me any project and I can tell you every detail about it, because I'm always hands-on and I'm 24/7 on. Because with the office in San Francisco, what happens is now my day starts after a couple of hours. So I wear the second hat and I'm there. Of course, I have a team, everything is there, but then eventually it boils down to you. So you have to be hands-on all the time. So clarity and consistency builds credibility. that's triple C. That's myself in Gujarat site on Gift City. That's myself in California, in USA. So I'm very much everywhere and hands-on all the time. And for that, you need a stamina. You got to be fit. You have to eat the right things, and you have to do the right workout and everything. And I start my day, I walk to office. I'm one of the people who actually walk to office and walk back, so I walk to work. That's, of course, that's when I'm in when I'm in Mumbai. So, yeah, say yes before you say no. Every opportunity, I'm like a kid. I mean, as an architect, you have to be like a kid. Whenever there's a new project, you jump for the project. Whether, like the child sees a new toy, he always jumps for the toy. He gets excited. You get excited and you take the project. And as you're excited, if you are excited, you can really create. You can get into the project, and that's what I feel. I don't know about the others, but I feel that. Mental strength is non-negotiable. So for that, I'm an early riser. Maybe at 4 o'clock every day I'm up, and I will do a little bit of prayer. After that, I do meditation, and then I start my workout and stick to that, because I think that is what you can focus with. And that's the time, when the morning time is the best time. As kids, we were taught that morning time, morning sunrise, that's the best time when you can sit down, you plan your day, you focus. US is shut at that time, and Mumbai is about to begin. So you start focusing and you work on that. So this is a little bit, I love this city, and I'm doing a lot of projects in this city, so I wanted to just share with you people as well. So Gift City is an upcoming smart city. It was the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister, and it's taken off now, and as the Prime Minister, he's more pushing it, and so we happen to do a lot of projects over here. That is one of our tallest and the widest buildings. It's 118 meters actually, and it's completed now. It's in the Gift. So Gift is actually what is international. Gift is Gujarat International Finance Tech City, and it's on 886 acres. It's located in close to Gandhinagar, and it's under construction. There's a CBD area, there is international education zones, integrated township, residential spaces, hotels, convention centers, IT, techno parks, STPs, units, shopping. It's the only city, with, they have the centralized air conditioning plant, and the entire city is air conditioned by that plant. So it's a district cooling. So that's the Gift City, and that's the tower that we just completed. It's a residential tower, and these are the various sustainable techniques. It's one of the most sustainable cities, and it's got the bullet train coming very close to it. It's got educational hubs. And the city is such a way it is planned, I think this is a city which is actually a smart city, and there's no digging happening in the city. It's got a tunnel which runs entire city, and all the services run through it. So if you see, there is water line, that is treated water that comes in. There is packaged, treated chilled water that comes in. The garbage also goes through a suction, a vacuum, this thing. So there's no digging. There are no garbage trucks going to be moving on the city. And it's one of the cleanest and the widest, cleanest cities of India. And I think we should be proud of what we have in India. And so these are some of the, I haven't done this, but I'm doing the buildings over there. But I'm really proud, we should promote this And in all wherever I'm presenting, I show this city because people should know about it and something we are having in India, and we should work on more projects like this. So these are the various utilities and the plan they have over there, and these are some of our projects that we are doing. That's a residential tower, that's another commercial tower, that's a fintech, and these are all projects that we won on competition. So most of these projects are on competition there. So thank you. So these are some of the projects that we are doing there in the GIFT, and this was a fintech hub, what they call, and this is, and you know the best part about this, firstly, that every city what happens is the buildings come up first and the infrastructure comes later. This is one city where the infrastructure is in place and then the buildings are coming. And each of these buildings, if you see this plot, we are using almost 18 times the FSI. The plot area is suppose 1, we are using 18 times. Some places we are using 20 times. But the infrastructure is so well designed that it can take that kind of buildings and that kind of, the roads are wide enough, the services are there, the drainage, the water supply, everything is there, built for that kind of this thing. So this was this is where Google is going to come. This is where some of the other international IT companies are coming in. So when we started this project, it was a competition, and we thought, how do we take it? So we started doing like the barcode of the share market. So we started, with each of these, and we started playing around with it, and we developed the whole concept, and we came to the final design. So we have, down we have the lobby. Yeah. So there we have the lobby. Then we've got common amenities. We've got auditoriums. We've got health club. We've got various other meeting rooms, everything that comes in here. Then we've got startups. We've got accelerators. And then the final this thing. So we planned it that way. And each of them have their own. So this has got a terrace where they can interact with their various departments and everything. So they have the individual terraces. They don't have to come down. They can be using it within the building itself. I don't have the details, but each of these, like the startups, within the startups, you've got interactive spaces, it moves, so you can move within the floors without even taking the elevators. And it's a very interesting project, and we are under construction. We are almost halfway down this thing. This is another project of, it's a commercial building, and it's up now. We've got pictures. So that's under construction. Now it's much more progressed. The glasses are up, the canopy. This is another very interesting project. This is MLCP. So this was a project of multi-level car parking. So the GIFT, all the buildings don't have parking. So there is a centralized parking building. So this plot was we had to hand over the multi-level car parking to the city, and the developer gets to use the FSI. It's like what we were doing, the 3324 in Mumbai. And then we have the retail, then we have the parking for the commercial offices. And we've got 2 towers. So one is a commercial tower, one is a hotel tower, and we've got that globe which is suspended. It's a restaurant and an observatory. So we are this construction is going on, and we are working on the globe. So this globe is supposed to be in steel, and because both these buildings are going to be moving independently, so there's a flexible joint between the two. So the globe and one of the buildings that is connected, the other one is a flexible joint. So in case of an earthquake or the building movement, it can take it. And this whole globe, we are doing it downstairs, and then it's going to be lifted up with a lifter, and is going to be put in place. So this is a real interesting project that's coming up in the gift. So this is the concept, what we worked out, and how we came up to the final product. And here we have the entire, so this is like an IT building, and here we've got the entire food courts and the restaurants and everything coming here on the podium. Very interesting with landscaping and everything out there. This is the residential building. Now it's completed, what we've completed there. So you will not have any box grills. You will not have any window units. You will not have any split units hanging outside the building, because this has got a district cooling. You get the chilled water coming up right up to the building, and it goes into each of these things with FCUs and in the apartments. This is another building we are doing in GIFT, and this is a hotel. So this part is the hotel. So this is a Hyatt Regency, and that's a commercial. This is a retail space downstairs. Again, here, if you see, we've got almost 20 FSI, 1:20. So that's how it looks, intermediate. We've got, this is the retail, this is the banquet, that's my swimming pool and my activity floor, the hotel, and the commercial out there. Some of our projects in Mumbai. So this is a project we are doing in Mumbai, and it's very much up now. This is where all your clubs are there on the Marine Drive, the Police Club, the Islam Gymkhana, the Parsi Gymkhana, and Hindu Gymkhana. And then we have this tower which is coming right behind. It's a 76-story tower. And the design was a challenge because it's a redevelopment. We've got a redevelopment structure behind. The clients wanted that each of the apartments face the sea, because we've got 8 apartments a floor, and we did it in such a way that if you see, these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So the other 2 wings on the side, you get the diagonal view, because the sea goes, in a curve. So we managed to get all the apartments with the sea view, because the price is with the sea view. People pay for that. But this is under construction now, and we are very much up. This is 3 towers we finished in Mumbai, in Goregaon. It's called the Tripolis. And these are some of the amenity floors. And this was something, which we were doing, and COVID came in. When COVID came in, we started getting onto, video conferencing and video calls. And so each of the families had a big challenge. What happened was that a small 2-bedroom apartment, and they wanted to do or a 1-bedroom apartment, and they wanted to do a video call, the rest of the family was in real problem. They would say, keep quiet, and the kids talking. And if you remember, we used to have the things and the kids shouting. So we started introducing one floor in the thing where, in the amenity area, where we have a place for people can just come down and work from these floors. And you can even have pods. You've got individual pods where you can just sit down and you can do video conferencing. Even you don't want to take, it's a small apartment, you don't want to take the guests to the upper floors, so you can just entertain them there. There's a cafe over there, there's a cafe machine, there is vending machines, and this is really a hit after COVID. So we learned. So when COVID came in, we learned that, we could live life in a different way, and we changed everything. Even today, I'm managing a lot of things thanks to COVID. So we learn from everything, and I think everything that comes up in life has its pros and cons and goods and bads. So we have to take the good parts of everything. This is a twin tower in Nagpur. Now it's completed. This is 2 towers we are working for the Assam government, PWD, and it's an integrated directorate complex. So this was a competition, and we won this competition. This is a building, where all the government offices are come under one roof, and so the chief minister planned it. He said he wanted all the offices to come in one place so that people coming from far out from Guwahati, they don't have to keep on going to different offices and different locations and waste time. So everything we brought it in one building, and this is under construction now. This is, so we do a lot of master planning as well, and this is a master planning that we did in Ulhasnagar. It's a 65-acre, and we have quite a few of these buildings now completed. So that's the entrance. The client wanted to give the feel of an airport. He says, I want that, importance. So we got him the entire, that's the gate, and there's a walkway and a jogging track which runs over it. So you can run around the entire complex, or you walk around the entire complex without getting, that break of the gate or the driveway. So you go over it and you get out. And that becomes your gate as well. We have a 1.5 lakh square feet of clubhouse. So this project was very nice because the client was, what he said is, I want to do all the infrastructure before I get the buildings up. So we actually did all the roads. We actually did all the infrastructure. We did, there was a buffer zone on the river Ulhasnagar. So we did the entire infrastructure. The green belt was developed. And then we started doing the buildings. So this was another very good example. And as I say always, it's not only the architect, it's also the developer. Developer has to be very much in sync with the architect, and then you can come up with a good product. So some of our hospitality projects, we do a lot of hotels. So this is Taj Ahmedabad, Taj Skyline Ahmedabad. This is 365 bays, that is 320 rooms, 3 basements, 22 floors. And we finished this in 36 months with interiors. So this was a challenge that we took. The client was getting an incentive from the Gujarat government. They were getting some 30 crores, and they had to finish it before 31st of March 2020. And COVID was there. The client was staying on site, and so we did these 2 towers with the commercial retail downstairs, and that is the Taj over there. And that one, he actually put the entire workers, the team on site only, and they were staying on site because you're not allowed to go out in COVID. So we managed to finish that project actually in 36 months. So he got the benefit of 30 crores. This is another Taj in Gandhinagar, and this is a wellness hotel, and so that's the lobby. This is another hotel we did in Bhutan in Thimphu, and it's a 80-room Lee Meridian. So here you got to maintain the skyline, and the skyline is already designed. You have to maintain the skyline, you have to maintain the architecture. They have the 3-bay window, like each of these 3-arch window. So you have to maintain this kind of an architecture, and all the buildings in Bhutan look the same. But then we did the rest, changed it. But then we have the essence of the city. So I always say whenever we are doing a hotel is like a museum. It's something, where you can talk about the city. Whenever you get into that city, you should know where you've come and what is the culture, what is the architecture. That has to come in, and that's what I try to bring in all of our projects. This is Nasik, 4 points. We finished it in last January in 25. It's operational now. This is a resort we did in Mauritius, 206 rooms. This is one of my first projects in overseas also, as well as a large project. You know, for me, it was a big thing doing this project in Mauritius. And from there, you know, you get a lot of confidence. So this project was actually done by a very senior architect. He designed it, but it never took off. He had started few buildings, some blocks, because you have a limitation of 15 meters over here. You can't build higher than that. But what he had done is he had taken the rooms half loaded, double loaded, half were facing the sea and half were facing the fields, the sugarcane fields on the backside. So when the client approached me and I went to the site, this was about 25 years ago, 30 years almost. And when I went to the site and I saw the site, I said, I have come to Mauritius, and I have come to Mauritius to be on the beach, on the sea. I don't want to face the sugarcane fields. I can be anywhere and see the sugarcane fields. So we broke down the buildings. He had made few structures. We broke it down, and we did all the rooms facing the sea, and it's single-loaded corridors, but all our rooms are facing the sea. This is, of course, one of my first hotels. As the building started completing, the building moves. And when the building moved, the glass cracked. The glass cracked, and we had to take them off, and then we had to restart rethinking. So we got somebody from Australia, and this guy was a glass expert. So when he came in, he gave us the concept that, you know, for glass and concrete, they're not very good. They don't bind together very well. So he had just put a rubber gasket, and he had put silicone, and he had just forced it inside. So he said the way that you have to do it is you got to have a glass, and that has to be put on a stainless steel. And the stainless steel has to be fixed to the concrete. So we took glass, he gave us all the sections and everything. So we took that glass, just fused it with silicone and stainless steel. And after that, we connected it with the concrete and we put it. So that was fine. Yeah. So it didn't break. So what happened is we got it fixed, everything happened. And when we got it fixed, the interior work started. And because monsoon had come, so tarpaulin on top of the glass, and they finished all the work. And the hotel interior was going on, and when it was going on, Diwali came. And when Diwali came on Marine Drive, they started, have rockets. And when the rocket came, it came straight in the tarpaulin, and the whole thing caught fire. So when the whole thing caught fire, the tarpaulin came down, the bamboos were tied, that caught fire, and from there it fell on the glass started melting. The glass melted and the whole thing came down into the client got fed up. He said, I want this close. And I don't want to do, any experiments, I don't want to do anything. So, but I was adamant. I somehow convinced him. And I got the consultant back from Australia. And he then gave us the solution. He brought us prospects from Mitsubishi, from Japan. And we put it up. And it's been 33 years now, 34 years I think now, that it's in place. And that's what more we did. Of course, we started the hotel because the interior was done. We put a platform from below and we, closed it. But the hotel started without the pool. After the glass came, maybe about 6 months, 8 months. Some of our interior projects that we are doing is coming up now. Okay, this is another project we are doing in Thailand, in Koh Samui on the beach. And it's a 76-room boutique. So we've got villas. These villas have got their individual cottages. Individual cottages with individual pools. That is the rooms, and we've got a central pool that runs through the thing. From every room, you can just walk out and you can get into the pool. So this is now almost done. The interior is going on.
That is some of the, that's the all-day dining, the lobby bar. This is Radisson Blue coming up in Kolkata. Construction is on. This is another interesting project, the tallest building of Amritsar, and it's a Pullman. We have the banquets out there. Above the banquet, we have the pool, and this is a very interesting feature. It's a restaurant which is there right on top of the building, and we've got separate elevators that take you right up to the top and take you to the restaurant, because people coming from outside, we didn't want them to disturb the guests staying in the hotel. So we have that service, the elevator taking them right up to the top. And of course, on the top again, we've got a nice pool, and we've got the tables right in the pool. And so this work is going on, but it's a very interesting project. This is another ITC Gwalior. It's now interiors is up, almost completing. It should be operational in a couple of months. Radisson in Guwahati, Radisson in Sonipat. This is again almost nearing completion now. That's my all-day dining. Nasik, we are doing Westin, and this is opposite the Godavari Dam. And here, what we've tried to do is, we didn't try, but we actually did it. And all the rooms, they are facing the Godavari Dam. So all the rooms have a Godavari Dam view. And each of these rooms are individual structures, and we did this in a tunnel shuttering. So we got the structure very fast up. It's a full RCC block, a box, and the structure is up. Now the main building that is in the center, we are doing that. And we've got almost 2 acres of land within the rooms, in between the rooms. This is a symphony in the Andaman Islands. This is partly done, partly under construction. The rooms are done, and the main building, we are just doing it now. This is Goa, 296 rooms. It's a resort cum casino hotel under construction. This is another for the same client in Bambolin, Goa. Kathmandu, Hyatt Place. This is in Kevadia, and this is a resort. It's for the same Taj people of Ahmedabad. It's under construction. Actually, these are all individual villas. Vivanta in Indore. This is the restaurant on the rooftop, the banquet. So I started my practice, as I said, in 1988, and we've been through the entire journey: Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, and San Francisco. Don't ask me how I'm managing things. I think God is managing, but of course, my son, my wife, and now my daughter's also doing architecture. My daughter-in-law is a civil engineer. So we've got a full team of ours, and so that's actually also there, which supports me a lot. So design philosophy is, we have to be very, because we are building for the next maybe 50 years or 100 years. We have to be very careful when we are doing any structures. And I say, whenever we are doing a structure, we should do it in such a way that we should think of the next generation. And maybe if after some time, that structure has to be reused for another purpose. Yeah. Like, in the US, what happened is there was a shortage of hospitals during the COVID. And so we converted a lot of the parking lots actually into, there were no cars, we didn't know what's going to happen. everybody was dying, and the hospital was the need of the hour. So just the glasses were put, and we converted all of them into hospitals, couple of them, So we should always be designing in such a way that tomorrow, if there's a kind of a emergency or a change of user that has to take place, it can be done very easily. So these are some of the things we do, we've done. We do residential, commercial, townships, hospitality interiors, mixed use, institutional buildings, high rises, and hospitalities. Some of the hospitality interiors. We do a lot of interiors and villas as well. And great architecture is not just design, it's patient, built through discipline you don't see.
When you spoke about, my name is Gauri Pradhan. When you spoke about Gujarat Gift City, you mentioned one thing that you are designing a building only for the parking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's parking, and then we are using the rest of the area for commercial, hotel, and so it becomes a mixed use. So we are giving the parking to the city, and we are getting that
So you
area.
mean to say whole city's parking will be?
So it's the CBD area. So it's about in in the CBD we have got almost 5-6 locations where that becomes like a multi-level parking, and that's for the city.
But if in the night 12 o'clock somebody has emergency and need a car.
This is a commercial central business district. In the business district, it's not in the residential part.
Okay. If even if in the office you need your car in an emergency, what is the facility you have designed for that? Like how you get it in? What is the time span? Minimum time span you get to your car or your car get to you?
It's a ramp, and you have to take the elevator and go up. And this is only for the commercial buildings, and this is not. I mean, in India, we've got a very bad practice. All our malls have failed because of one reason, and that is because we have a practice. Okay, we are sitting in the car and we want to do this, and you tell him machis there, cigarette, chai in the car. You will not get out of the car also. And you see, all our malls have failed because of that. You go to US, you park the car maybe couple of meters or meters also, maybe almost a mile away, and then you're walking to the car. So, as Indians, we have to get out of that thing that the car has to be at the doorstep.
Yeah, yes. So we think that way. Thank you.
Hello, sir. So first of all, a very wonderful presentation. Thank you so much for being here. So you have shown this Gift City Reva building, and you mentioned that all the services are from the ground level, below the ground, and there are no outdoor units there. So do you mean that the full building is centralized AC?
Yeah.
Oh, so all the flats.
All the buildings in Gift are centralized AC. There's a central district cooling, what they call, something like what is there in Dubai, where you have the every area has a central district cooling. It's from there. It's like a substation. What you have a substation is the same thing. The same thing of central business district. The central business cooling does. So it's a district cooling. You send the chill water from there to the building, and it rises up, and it goes to each of the apartments, and you have your FCUs and AHUs in the house.
So it must be first of its kind in India, or?
Yeah, it is first of its kind.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. My name is Nisha. So I just want to know, so as you said, your journey started, you have seen your journey. So what keeps you motivating day by day? And the growth that you have reached, pan India you are working, you say that no after मतलब आप वहाँ का दिन start होता है जब यहाँ पे रात होती है. So though you say that God helps you, you still want to know okay how you manage. Really, I just want to understand how do you manage. As you have said that physical health, mental health, or you have said that work is really very important. Just want to understand sir. Because यहाँ पे दो मीटिंग करनी होती है दिमाग खराब हो जाता है यार.
वही तो बात है आपको एकदम you have to keep very cool. You have to be on the receiving side from your staff, from your clients, from your family. You have to be the punching bag. After some time you will become so seasoned. कोई भी तुमको मारेगा तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. You can absorb any shock. So you have to season yourself. A human body, I think, is such that how you adapt, how you change yourself to it. गर्मी में जाओ तो तुमको गर्मी का you have to adapt to that heat. People earlier there was no ACs. We used to Dubai, when I started going to Dubai in 78, 79, there was no ACs everywhere. There were only few places where there were AC. And people were living there. Why? Because they had adapted it. In India, we live in worse conditions than the US. People were dying in US more than over here because our body is immune to a lot of things. So it is how you adapt. That is very important.
So basically, adaptation you say that keeps you motivating you and grow and grow and grow. Like
एक टाइम के बाद है ना, you don't believe it. Everybody pushes you, and then you have to run.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
So there's a question from my side.
Yes, sir.
So in your very presentation, you have shown the diversity of the projects and diversity of the clients. There was one project at Ulhasnagar. The other one is at Bay Area. So I would like to understand, how do you meet these diverse aims of the clients?
See, I always say I'm an architect, and we can create anything. So, a lot of people ask you, what are you specializing in? You do hotels, you do buildings, you do towers, you do villas, you do everything. So I say I'm an architect and I can do anything. You tell me what you want to do and I will do it for you. So, as architects, we should be, we can create anything here. So that's it. So, like I remember my dad used to say that मिस्त्री वो है जो खराब चीज में से अच्छा चीज बनाता है, बाकी अच्छे चीज में तो सब कोई अच्छा बनाएगा. Right. So that is, I think, you learn a lot. As time goes, life teaches you.
कितने प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं, सोचते कब हम लोग 10 प्रोजेक्ट 15 प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे, सोचते हैं अभी ऐसा करें, टाइम नहीं समझ में आता, और इतना प्रोजेक्ट इतने बड़े स्केल पे करते हैं, सोचते कब.
No answer. मैं एक चीज है, मैं जब something told me and I remembered something, I go home and my wife tells me, she asks me 10 questions and I don't answer. सर पूरा दिन तो तुम इतना बात करते हो, घर पे आते हो कुछ आंसर नहीं देते हो. मैं बोलता हूँ यार पूरा दिन मैंने इतना बात किया, अभी मुझे शांत रहने दो. मेरे पास भी आंसर नहीं है. मेरे पास भी आंसर नहीं है.
ये सीखने जैसी चीज है एक्चुअली.
See, as I said, it's how you adapt, how you. I used to be 140 kilos once upon a time. I'm talking about almost 25 years ago. And someday, this is just off the record, I'm just telling you, I went to Italy, and like everybody goes to Italy for Milan, their fair, I went to Italy and then we had some time, so we went shopping. So we said, let's go do some brand shopping. We went to the brands and none of those things were fitting me. So that lady said, I said, why nothing is fitting me? So she said, we make clothes for perfect bodies. And that helped me so much. And I came back, and first thing I did, I started adapting. I said I must reduce. And I came down to 70 kilos in 2 years' time with workout, with proper eating. So, it is what I'm trying to say is that हमारा बॉडी को हम कैसे ये करें, ट्रेन करें, वैसे ही करेंगे. अगर आप सोचोगे कि मुझे 4 घंटा सोना है तो मैं 4 घंटा ही सोऊंगा. Today I don't use an alarm clock ever. I know I have to get up at X amount of time. I have to catch this flight. Automatically I get up. It's because you tell your brain, and the brain is the best thing. So your body, you have to adapt. If you adapt to your things, you start telling yourself what you have to do, you can do it. That's my take to it, and I've done it because of that.
I think meditation might be helping you.
Meditation also helps you, and plus, you have to concentrate. You talk to yourself. You have to talk to yourself.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. I have a question. Of course, you've done so many projects. I just want to know a project that's really close to your heart. I know as architects and designers, all the projects are our babies.
Are you married?
Anyone?
How many kids you have?
One son.
Okay, you have one son. That's okay. So you have got no choice. But I have got 4 kids. So I have to look after all 4 of them, and all 4 of them are equal. So you like all of them, right? I think I answered your question.
Sir, how many countries have you touched?
I've never counted, but I've done work in. I'm doing actually at Thailand. I'm working in Africa. We did Nairobi. I think the countries. No, it's okay. So we've done Nairobi, Congo. We've done Botswana. We've done. We are working something on. I've not yet started working on it, but we are doing something in Libya. Russia, Crimea, we started a project. Of course, the war started, so the project is on shelf. But Iran, Afghanistan, we did a project. It was a mixed-use project in Kabul itself. It's still standing. It's a hotel, furnished apartments. Of course, US we've done in a lot of cities. Dubai, we did a lot of work. There was a time when I had an office in Dubai. We are doing one project in Somaliland, which is a breakaway from Somalia, and it's in Hez. It's almost complete now. I'm just thinking where else. Yeah. So Mauritius, of course, Mauritius, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan. Yeah.
Thank you. So, due to paucity of the time, we are going to have a last question.
Good evening, sir. According to you, to remain ahead of your competitors, what are the top 3 qualities that you think you are having?
So you have to learn every day. If you learn every day, and every project you do, it should be better than your previous project. That should be your motto. If that is there, you have to improve. And I think, I've got a big team, and every day when I get into office, we have a practice. We sit down, and whatever they've done, they share with me. And even I'm traveling, at the end of the day, they send me a mail and what is done. If they have any queries, we interact and we do that. So when I'm in office, they present something to me, and I catch only the flaws. So my team tells me, अरे मैंने इतना काम किया, तुमने वो appreciate नहीं किया, तुमने खराब चीजें की. मतलब मेरा काम है खराब चीज देखना. If you look at the bad things, you learn from them. So you have to look at. You don't always, you have to appreciate the good points, but you have to see the flaws in anything. And if you look at the flaws, I think that will teach you itself. Because you learn from the flaws of other people's mistakes, your mistakes, and don't repeat them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Over to Simon.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring and insightful keynote. And I think we're all proud that you are a member of IIT MRC as well. I think we're all proud to have you in the family. And I think we all are speechless here, but hearing all the projects by and presented by you, I think we all are privileged and honored, right? And we'll all try to be a part of the 4M club. I think that's very inspiring. Okay, I would like to call upon stage architect Shashikant Deshmukh to kindly felicitate our chief guest of the evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Once again, I would request you to rise up and give a huge round of applause for our prolific and visionary architect, Reza Khatun.
It's an honor to be felicitated by Mr. Deshmukh. I was told 7 decades. 7 decades he's been practicing. So I've got a lot to go. I'm only just about 4 decades. I've got 3 more to do.
Your work inspired me that I will work still 3 decades more.
So I'll tell you one thing. I one prayer I have to my God that I want to walk into my grave. I want to work till I'm back. In the grave also I want to work. And it's such a noble profession. I mean, we have a lot of heartbreaks, we have a lot of distinct clients don't pay, criticize you. But next morning, if there's a client, he says, I have a new job, you start running for it. And I think that's the best thing, about our profession. So I'm really happy that I'm an architect and I always like to be an architect.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving ahead, I think before moving, I think we have Mr. Raj Joshi from Tulsi Ceramics. Can we have you on the stage, please? I would request architect Prajakta Deshmukh to kindly come up on stage to felicitate Mr. Raj Joshi. IIIT TRC calendar 2026 has been a beautiful reflection of our design culture, reaching across states and celebrating diversity of India. This would not have been possible without the incredible support of our sponsors. We sincerely thank each one of you for helping us share a glimpse of our culture across India. Now, may I request our esteemed sponsors to kindly come up on stage as I call out their names for felicitation. I would also like to call upon stage Architect Keshav Chikodi to kindly come up on stage to kindly felicitate him. Sorry. Mr. Suresh Jain from Darpan Plywood. Mr. Shailesh Joshi from Dream Decor Studio. Mr. Nikhil Mando from Prime Ply and Laminate. Mrs. Vandana Dashpate from Aryan Ceramics. Mr. Anil Navarangi from Quick Developers.
Yes, please.
Thank you all for making it to the event today. Let's have a round of applause for all the wonderful sponsors again. As we come towards the close of this enriching evening, may I invite our Honorary Secretary, Architect Sangeeta Arora, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries, NEC members, invited guests, esteemed members of IIID-TRC and dear friends. On behalf of IIID-TRC, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this truly inspiring evening. A proud moment for me too, as Reza Kabul sir and myself, we are alumni of the same college. We are deeply honored to have architect Reza Kabul with us today, a visionary whose work reflects scale, boldness, and a fearless architectural language. Through his remarkable journey and iconic projects, he has shown us that architecture is not merely about creating structures, but about shaping experiences and redefining possibilities. His approach reminds us that great design demands not just creative vision, but also physical fitness and mental strength. Sir, thank you for sharing your insights, your philosophy, and the stories behind your creations, especially the Gift City. Your words today have not only enlightened us, but also motivated us to think bigger, design better, and dream bolder. I sincerely thank our NEC members, Honorary Joint Secretary Mehul Kamdar, and Hasmukh Bhai Shah for taking time out and gracing this event. I sincerely thank our sponsors for generously supporting this event, Aryan Ceramics, Dream Decor, Ego Flooring, Acme View Interior Solutions, Tulsi Ceramic Studio, Signature Laminates, and Eurocaustic Products. I also thank our calendar sponsors, Darpan Plywood, Omkar Modular Culture, Bhavna Innovations, Piraj Agencies, Dream Decor Studio, Prime Ply and Laminates, Aryan Ceramics, and Quick Developers. I also thank our photographer of the day, Yog Images, media person Chandan, management and staff of Satkar Residency for their hospitality. Special appreciation to our convener, Architect Keshav Chikodi, MOC Saili Chaudhary, and to the managing committee and volunteers whose dedication, planning, and hard work ensured that today's program was so meaningful and successful. A heartfelt gratitude to the wonderful audience for being such an engaged and appreciative gathering. As we conclude, I would like to leave you with these lines that truly resonate with today's evening. जो सोच को स्केल दे और सपनों को पहचान, वही रचता है नए दौर का नया आसमान. इमारत से ज्यादा कहानी बन जाए जो काम, वही आर्किटेक्ट छोड़ जाता है अपना नाम. With that, we thank you once again, sir, for inspiring us to design not just buildings, but legacies. Wishing you all a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. before we move ahead with the closing note and the dinner, can we have the committee members for a group photo, please? Sir, kindly join us for a group photograph.